Aloha, it's Dave Lawrence. Big mahalo for tuning in. How you doing? You having a good day? I certainly hope it's a good one for you, and I appreciate you being here with me on HPR. Today we've got the frontman for the Virginia, D.C. area band, known for their reggae grooves and simply huge sound. I've been enjoying their new record in advance. Yes, sir. Their singer and guitarist has an interesting past. He got to live in Africa when he was a little kid. We're going to hear about that, what he can remember of it, of course. They've got an always growing fan base here in Hawaii. Tasty new record, Strength to Survive, coming out on the 31st. Dates this weekend. Saturday in Honolulu on a bill that includes our good friends The Green. Also Sunday on Kauai. Then they got a week off before the 27th in the Kona area, 28th at the MAC. A great pleasure to welcome from Soldiers of Ja Army, SOJA's Jacob Hemphill. Aloha and mahalo, my brother.
Aloha, how you doing?
What is going on with you, bro? Where are you calling us from today?
I am in my backyard in Arlington, Virginia, and it's about 45 degrees.
Woo! Chilly in your backyard. I'd rather be in my backyard.
You got a popular backyard.
Yes, I do, my bro. Good to be talking to you, though. I really do appreciate you taking a couple minutes.
Sure. There's actually this is interview day for me, so this is interview 4 now.
We like that. Look at you.
You got me good, though. I'm all revved up.
You rock star, you. We got the
I'm all revved up. I'm like in one of those baton races.
We dig
I'm like
it.
the 4th guy.
Well, you dig it. You're in the final stretch, baby. Is this the final one, and then you get to just kick back?
I think it's this, and then I'm off for the night.
Nice. Dig that. What are we going to do tonight? You heading out? Got some plans? Hanging with the ladies?
Tonight, actually, my dad is getting rid of one of his 2 storage units. Ooh. And I'm going to go look through all this stuff from when I was a little kid and have to decide what to save and what to throw away. Oh. It's going to be kind of difficult.
Much like the backyard, that's another thing I'm glad you're doing tonight, as opposed to myself.
Take some picture I painted when I was 4 and throw it in the trash.
I'm telling you, cuz. And then the other part of that is just you run across all this stuff. You're like, what am I going to do with it? Should I throw it out? Do I keep it? It's sentimental, but I don't know.
Do I try to pawn it off on Mom?
That's right. Right. Does she have value?
Do I drive it up the street away? Leave the truck running and just drive past my house.
That's some good stuff, man. Well, you'll make the most of it. Sounds like you got the right attitude, my brother. So,
sure.
What's this crazy connection you guys got to Hawaii? When did you yourself first make it out here?
I think we missed it on the first time we came to Hawaii, and then the next time we played the second time we played was Taro Patch. And the first time was a restaurant in town that served organic food. I can't remember what the name of. But the Taro Patch was kind of the first one where we kind of just like, we couldn't believe it, you know. That's the one on the DVD the Live in Hawaii DVD when the True Love is from the Taro Patch.
That is tasty. What was it?
That place is magic, man. We couldn't believe it. We'd never been anywhere like that still to this day.
Well, what do you think it was? I mean, you've been all over the place, and how does it seem like we have a stronger, because I know it because I live here, but I'm just curious about your impression of our connection to reggae here in Hawaii.
I mean, I have an opinion. I don't know if it's totally correct because, you know, I wasn't born there. But to me, I mean, reggae music has always been about 2 things. It's been about love in your life, but the second thing, there's a struggle there, too. You know, and everybody, I think that's why they tune into reggae no matter where you're from, because everybody internally has a struggle, even if they don't have a problem with their government or a problem with their employment or a problem with their, you know, that exists inside of people. You could have a struggle with love or a struggle with death or a struggle with life. But Hawaii has an actual struggle that happened recently, you know, that may remind Hawaiians of Jamaicans, and likewise remind Jamaicans of Hawaiians. And I think it's kind of like, you know, it's still going on today, so the music's very, very viable in Hawaii, you know?
But it never seems like there's much of a, and I that's a great connect, and it's certainly an obvious sort of parallel to make between Jamaica and the struggle to be free, and Hawaii being a place where it was a seized land in some respects and a struggle to be free. Yet it never seems like much of not a lot, I guess, of the Hawaiian or the local reggae themes. They never seem to, I guess, I never get that feeling of oppression the way I would from like classic Marley or something like that.
Sure. I mean, it could, when I go to Hawaii, like, and I hear the Hawaiian music, I more hear like the vibe of the people. You know, like you know, like that vibe, the aloha, like it's not like anywhere else in the world, like the way the people are in Hawaii, and I think that comes through. Like the vibe in Hawaii is to play that vibe in music. But yeah, SOJA's not really like that. SOJA's more like kind of like darker, maybe.
Yeah, especially there's some great themes on the new record. I've been privileged to have the record for a little while to get to digest it myself before it drops on the 31st. And one of the ones, Everything Changes, that's one of the ones I have like has a sort of a darker kind of quality to it. Another one of my favorites, Jacob, is Slow Down. I like that one too.
Yeah. You can search the world for signs of life and realize the truth is in your heart. You can try to become who you want, and you never get away from who you are.
There you are, my brother.
That's the best line on the record, those two lines. We were talking about it. And it's funny because the song called Open My Eyes became very big in Hawaii. And it reminds us all of that song, like when we listen to it. But I've heard Open My Eyes on the radio in Hawaii before. Yeah, cool. Thanks for the love, man. I think the themes kind of took over on this record.
When I think about that, what is the thing you need the strength to survive?
The basic theme of the album is that mankind kind of has a tendency to grab his stuff and back himself into a corner and like defend his stuff. And that mentality is kind of causing us to create borders in between each other. And then the currency that we use to trade is money. So everybody kind of work their country, their border, as hard as they possibly can to consume as much of the world's resources and generate the most money for some reason. And that what we're actually doing is tearing this whole place down in a wave of consumerism that's changing mankind and making us kind of crazy, which would be all fun and games, except the earth is the thing that's going to give out on us. The themes are kind of simple, is that, you know, the waste we put out, the fossil fuels we burn, and the way we treat the earth, the soil, the plants, the animals, everything. If we keep doing that in the name of this dollar, we're going to die. And the earth will live on. And maybe this has happened 10 times in the past and we have no idea. But the question is, do we, like us right now, have the strength to survive on this thing, or are we going to ultimately die?
I love it. I love how you put it. I love the cyclical aspect, too, how you leave that, because it could have, you're so right, because there are all these traces of ancient civilizations.
I mean, yeah, how do you know that's even from this time?
That's right.
I mean, I don't claim that SOJA, when we were kids, we knew who God was and we knew what to eat to get to heaven, and, you know, we knew what clothes we were supposed to wear, and we'd tell everybody how their hairstyle should be, and we had all these things. But now what we got is questions, now that we're a little older, you know, and we're not as into the periods and the exclamation marks. We're more into the question marks, because we feel like the humans haven't really figured it out yet. But yeah, the last album, Born in Babylon, was more about the humanity itself, and this album, Strength to Survive, is more about the danger, I guess, that could be coming, you know, and that we have a choice if we're strong, and if we're weak and short-sighted, we'll never see it coming.
Yeah, it's very socially conscious. It's super hip. I dig it that you got all that going on in your head, and it does. It seems like a wacky world, and you never know what's around the corner. I like that. Things like the exclamation point replaced with the question mark. Thanks to Brother Jacob over there in D.C. too, man.
Yeah.
A couple other interesting aspects, though, on this record, which whole flip side, no pun intended, but when it comes to getting people to buy this new record, when you think of purchases? Are you expecting these to be digital downloads primarily, CDs? What's the boogie on that?
It's normally digital downloads. I think the last record was more than half. In some form or another, iTunes and Amazon, those guys, generate a lot. And but we still make the CDs because sometimes people want to have it, hold it, keep it forever, give it to somebody, things like that. So the CD actually is filled up with my handwriting. And a guy that we met in Italy did all the portraits on the inside and did the cover, which you probably have. Do you have the physical, like the whole thing?
I have the physical, but I have the advance, my young and talented friend. So I'm missing some of the aforementioned artwork. Gotcha.
Well, it's this whole thing, and it's kind of like a letter, and you kind of read it like it's got all the scribbles and the the words cut out and stuff like that, and then there's these drawings that go along with it. So we still make the physicals because, I got to make a physical just in case my dad's going to want one. So I'd have to at least make one physical.
I love it. Throwing me in there with your pop, for God's sake. Us old men who
No, but people buy that. I buy physicals. I kind of like digital, though, because it leaves no footprint,
Right.
We're supposed to sell records. That's kind of our job. And there's not, honestly, much pollution in a record when you look at how it's made from start to finish and the ways they make them now. And like Jack Johnson actually makes his in his house.
Yeah, we're all hanging out there when he's making them, too.
Dude, see, and that's the cool... I want to get to that. That's what I'm trying to get.
I'm just pulling your leg. It just seemed like the right thing to say.
That's what I'm trying to get. No, we encourage both. If you're a guy who likes to hold it and read along as you listen, because I like to do that. Or if you want to just get it right now on the digital.
No, I like that. What you're saying, it's cool to read the lyrics and like.
I dig it. I love having the album, and like I associate, like the physicality of an album with. Like what I was, like an album reminds you of like what you were going through at that time when you listen back to it.
Right.
But like, even since I was a kid, I would like put the albums up on my walls, like really crucial albums that represented a big part of my life, so that you don't even have to listen to it. You just look at it and it like hits you, like reminds you of that thing, that album was. So yeah, a lot of people want the physical.
That was what was so cool about vinyl, my brother, from back in your Poppin' Eyes era.
Dude, I don't have a record player, but I buy the records.
Yeah, they make good artwork, right?
Yeah, they're beautiful. They're beautiful.
I know somebody, they have like these Frisbee games with them. It's become kind of a little thing they do, tossing them around. When we think about the record, do you look at it like even on the digital end, moving away from the CD versus digital download end? Do you look at them like the concept of the album itself is fading away, and that perhaps there's going to be this era where you're not able to really sell records anymore? You either just kind of give them away. Is there any?
Yeah, I don't know. I think there will always be people, because like I'll download something or I'll have something, like I had my new album, digital copy, and I listened to it for 6 months, and then I got sent a physical copy a couple weeks ago, and I just put it in like into the car, and it sounded 50 times better, and it just reminded me, that those digital things, that's like the lowest quality possible that the music could be.
That's right.
Which means, the bass is low and the high's really high and it gets all crazy and the fidelity's just jacked up. And then if you get, and then as you get back to records, man, it's like perfect. So I don't know. Maybe we're heading into that. But see, the problem with that, though, is that there's maybe the economy will go that way, but I don't think the people will ever buy into it, really. Maybe like trends will be set by one group of people or something like that, but people are always going to buy records.
You got to do a vinyl edition, bro.
We're doing one. Yeah, we're doing one.
Are you for this record?
Yeah. We made them when we were little kids of our first record. We made like 10 of them just so we could all have them.
Good, man.
But this will be our first, we got vinyl.
Keeping it alive over there. High five.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, we got it. It's got the, it's the LP with the fold-out thing, and it's awesome. It's like I think they had to put 4 records to get it all to fit.
So it's a 4 LP set?
Yeah,
Look
dude,
at my
awesome.
man.
Dude, it's so... I'll get you one.
I would
awesome.
appreciate it. And Kiss thought they were a big deal with 3 LP set. You guys have 4. You believe that? I mean, somebody's going to have to go 5 in the future. You're setting a high bar, my brother. Hey, I could talk to you. What were you going to say?
Go ahead.
No, what were you going to say? You first.
Oh, no, I was just saying, it's funny you say that, but I mean, I get a kick out of that more than anything, you know. I mean, I've already thought about it, like handing my dad the record, be like, here, so this, and he's got a record player. I mean, he'll put it on.
Oh, bro, he's going to freak a 4 LP set. Are you kidding? He's going to triple high five you. He's going to want to take you out to dinner somewhere nice.
I know.
Something.
I think he will. There's a Thai spot down the street from his house. I feel like we'll probably go there right afterwards.
That's going to be it, baby. I like it. I like it. That's very cool. Well, I mean, you're a real casual dude. I certainly enjoy talking to you. The night that you're coming to town is unfortunate. We got the Airborne Toxic event here. We got you guys here. But I don't know how I'm going to do it. I'm thinking of cloning myself just in time for that night. And then I can
Well, let me
do both.
tell you, dude, if you decide to come to, I'm sure they're both great shows, but if you do decide to come to our show, it would not be a bad idea because we've got a bunch of, we actually have a gigantic surprise that I can't say what it is right now.
Is it like
we have a gigantic surprise.
Is it some roots reggae band going to come out and jam on the stage? What kind of surprise?
Well,
why don't you give me a hint? How about a hint? Hints are wonderful.
I can't.
You
It's
can't
too
hint?
big of a surprise. Like, if I was to give a hint of this, it would be terrible.
What time of night will the massive thing happen?
It's happening all night, dude.
And it's going to be there at the concert. And if I got there late, would I miss the thing, or would I need to be there at a certain time?
That's the best part about the surprise.
Is it works all night?
It's full-time surprise.
It's like an all-night party favor. Where were those when we were kids?
We've got a couple smaller things, too. We've got a new guitar player, because this album is our first time working with a producer.
Oh.
So we have all these beautiful... John Alasia, Dave Matthews Band producer. He did a Jason Mraz record. He did a John Mayer record. He's done like 8 with Dave, I think. This guy who just somehow is from up the street from where we grew up, which is not how we met him, but he's a Virginia guy. Dave Matthews is a Virginia guy. Jason Mraz, a Virginia guy. It's weird. Nobody ever thinks of Virginia, but there are so many musicians out of here. But regardless of all that, John Alasia did our record, and he put all these really beautiful guitars on it and a bunch of really beautiful keyboards on it. So it sounds like a roots record, like, because we went straight up roots with the record. I mean, you've heard it; it's very reggae. But all those like beautiful things that he laid over, he put all these nice finishing touches on it. And we realized we couldn't play all the stuff live because I'm singing, I'm playing rhythm, and we got this and that. So we have a longtime buddy of ours, named Trevor Young, will be coming and doing all the guitar parts and the harmony vocals. And then our sax player and our trumpet player are now doing the low harmony and the falsetto harmony.
Wow.
Which they didn't used to do. So it's like an 8-piece now with 4 singers.
I like this.
Not including Bobby Lee, who sings like 2 of the songs solo. So yeah, it's turned into, basically, if you can make it for even like 2 songs, you should come, dude, because you got to see this. Plus, we have the mega surprise.
The mega, and it's not Dave Matthews come out here with you, is it?
It's too big to really discuss. The only 2 words I can say are mega surprise.
All right.
You know what would be really screwed up? I was just thinking, what if something went wrong and the surprise didn't happen?
I know.
And everybody heard me say there was going to be some mega surprise.
They'd be hurling stuff at you, brother.
They'd be throwing tomatoes at me. That wouldn't be the first time.
Anything they could get their hands on.
We're coming and we're excited, and we cannot wait to be there. It's going to be great. We're coming. I mean, we're leaving for the islands Wednesday morning at 6 o'clock in the morning. We're coming.
You are the man.
I'm not bringing boots. I'm not bringing anything. I'm just going to leave all this stuff in the car when I go into the airport.
Yes, do that.
Change in the car into some shorts and roll out.
And just show on up. Hey, I give you a high five. We'll try to hook up. Maybe we'll do something. We'll see what the schedule permits. Maybe I'll be able to slip down there, and I don't know, but we'll work one thing or the other out. But I hope you've had fun. It was a whole lot of fun talking to you.
Yeah, dude, very cool. Fun final interview. Thank you for that.
Kick you loose to go out there and have your enjoyable evening with the storage clocker. Hey, this is going to be fun. Some gems for the family. And
it's going to be great, actually. I'm secretly excited about the storage unit.
Hey, anytime you can spend some time with your pop, it's a good night.
Yeah, looking through pictures and stuff, it'll be cool.
There's no question.
Yep, exactly.
You be safe, Jacob. I appreciate it, bud.
You too. Yeah, talk to you soon.
Bye-bye.